New Life is an independent horror film that was directed by John Rosman. This premiered, originally at Fantasia Film Festival in 2023, and it got an internet release this month in May in 2024. And I just saw the poster out of nowhere, and again decided to check it out. Going in blind, and I definitely suggest going in blind for anybody themselves. I'm going to try my best to keep this spoiler free and as spoiler free as possible, but of course, with any review, I'm going to have to talk about, minimal plot and stuff like that. I personally recommend knowing as little as possible about this film going into it, but there are some things that I obviously will be needing to talk about, so take that as your warning. Basically, what this film is about is you have two stories going on with two different people, two different main characters, and you know that eventually they're going to intersect. Now, the first character is this woman who is basically in disease and outbreak control. I don't exactly know her title or definition of her career, definition of her position kind of thing, but she definitely works in prevention of disease, prevention of outbreaks, kind of stuff like that, in that kind of caliber. And the second woman, it's two women. The second one is somebody who is with a guy, and they both encounter a dog while in a forest or something, and then this dog is diseased. The woman is immune, but her boyfriend is obviously not, and the boyfriend catches this disease from this dog, and this woman is the only person who does not show symptoms, kind of thing. The film definitely takes its time. It reveals its plot slowly, and that's one thing I have to say about the beginning of the film, is this film takes quite a while to pick up its pace. And at the beginning of it, in its entire first act, I would say, I really did not know what was going on and where this thing was heading, and what kind of story that this was going to tell, really. But as it picks up, it certainly starts to get a lot more detailed, a lot more interesting, and it does capture your attention real quick once things start to get serious. Essentially, this is a plague movie. There is some zombie-esqueness to it. I forget what I think they're dealing with Ebola, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a quickly spreading thing. And this girl has it. Like I said, she was immune. She comes across meeting different characters throughout the film. And then this other woman who's in disease control eventually basically has to go track her down, essentially. This woman in disease control, she has her own illness, and ALS, I believe it is. And she's slowly deteriorating herself with her bones and her movements and everything. And this plays into the plot, of course. You can tell that this film is very independent, and you can tell this is one of those films that utilized its budget very well. The biggest compliment that I have to give this film is its practical effects, because we're dealing with a zombie-like plague. There are some zombie-esque moments in it, and they're beautiful. I love my zombie movies, and this is not a full-blown zombie movie at all. The zombie parts are kind of sprinkled throughout. But man, they are just like, usually they're like 1 to 2 minutes at a time, and those 1 to 2 minutes are absolutely glorious when they show up. The practical effects are just so horrifying and brutal and detailed and bloody and gory, and this film is terrifying in its own way. Like, it deals with like a lot of claustrophobic situations. It deals with a lot of anxiety, a lot of paranoia. This film knows how to put the people behind this film know how to put fear and deal with terrifying subject matters in a very intense and horrific way. It really goes for it. Like I said, it's a slow start, and it will require your patience. I was almost like, do I want to check out of this movie kind of thing for the first half hour, I would say. But I'm glad I didn't, because it really went places that I was on the edge of my seat for. Like, it really played with my anxiety for sure. There's things that happen to contain this woman specifically, but contain the virus as well, that are very horrific. If you're the type of person that your mind races a lot, if you're predispositioned, I guess I could say, to have your mind race a lot, this film is going to have your mind racing, and it's going to like really play with that anxiety. Really, like this is a very anxiety inducing film, and I really appreciated it for that. The people behind it definitely wanted to tell an intense story, and they did a really, really good job doing so. This film checks all the boxes that it's going for, in my opinion. Some people could definitely consider this film too slow, and in its entirety, and it does take its time with a lot of its subject matter and a lot of its occurrences, kind of thing. If patience is your virtue, and you like your 28 days later kind of style of virus and zombie kind of movies, this one does it in a much more mature, and I don't know if tame is the right word because it's not tame whatsoever, but a much more intelligent way. It's like a very intelligent spin on a 28 Days Later style story. Not the most perfect film I've ever seen in my life or anything like that, or this year, but I liked how it utilized its subject matters a lot, and a lot of it really worked for me. So I came out straight down the middle on this one with a 2.5. Everything that this film nailed, it nailed perfectly, and then there are some things that could have been tweaked a little bit, but I think for what it was supposed to do and what it wanted to do, it did very well. So I recommend going to check out New Life if any of that sounds up your alley, because it will deliver. Like I said, for fans of this kind of movie, it will deliver for sure, in my opinion. So that's all I got for that. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.